Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms Wheel of Fortune Breakdown. This is the universal wheel. I'm not sure if I have ever done a video about this, but definitely I want to mention about the Wheel of Fortune in this video. I want to give you guys my tips and advices about it. And on the same time, we have on the event calendar a small change in the strategic reserves. So I want to talk about it. If you haven't seen it, you've seen it now, or at least you will definitely gonna see it in a couple of days, Thursday, when the event is gonna be live. Maybe in some kingdoms this event is already live with the new rewards. That would be the commander sculpture chest. It says here that we get Cleopatra or Sunduk, so it gives you a chance to choose which commander you want to get from the strategic reserves. Now I want to talk a little bit about it because it's pretty much important, the expertise of these two commanders. So I want to give you guys the advices to make the right choices. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the wheel. After that, I'm going to talk about Cleopatra and Sunduk. Now, personally, I'm not so hyped about the Wheel of Fortune when it comes to the universal one. I like the specific one because this brings you to those kind of videos which I was doing like 1.5 years ago, and I'm saying the same things. Everyone should choose a specific specialization because it's very hard to upgrade all the legendaries. It's very hard to upgrade all the commanders. There's just a handful of people in the game that are actually managing to do that. So congrats to them for that. There's definitely a very big achievement. As a free-to-play, low spender, maybe even medium spender, you need to choose a specific specializations. You know, you want to go on cabs, you want to go on infantry, you want to go on archers. You kind of need to choose which type of commanders you want to invest on. You want to choose a path. Therefore, is the universal's wheel, and it's the specific wheels. Now, personally, I find the specific wheels much more beneficial for your gems. One thing that I don't like the universal's wheel is first is the extra rewards. Now, spinning 10, it does give you 5 sculptures, so pretty much that's as much as I recommend, just doing 10 spins. After that, you go to 25 and you only get some resources. Now, you're not spinning the wheel for resources, speed ups and sculptures, but mostly sculptures. Everyone is spinning for sculptures. So what are the chances that you can do 25 spins and you might not get a single sculpture? Then you go to 40 and you get another 8. Again, very decent if you want, if you have the gems. But if you have the gems, I would personally spin a specific wheel for a specific commander that you want to invest on. You get way better rewards. Now let's go the second thing that I'm not happy about the universal wheel, and that is the speed ups. Now you get 3 hours times 4. How much do you spend per 5 spins? Is just 600 gems less. So a specific wheel costs 3600 gems and the universal wheel is 3000 gems. That means 600 less. On the specific wheel, you get 8 hours speed ups times 4. That is a big difference. 4 times 5, that's a 20-hour difference on the speed ups for 120 gems per spin. So obviously it's much better. Resource doesn't matter because that's not the reason you're spinning the wheel. And if you look at the speed ups, you also get 3 times 15 hours, which can bring you to 45 hours versus 24 hours on the universal. So which is more beneficial? I highly say that the specific wheel is way more beneficial for your gem. Now obviously you do get universal sculptures which pretty much can be used on a lot of commanders, but the question is how many gems you have to invest and what are the chances that you can actually get something. There has been so many reports where players have been complaining that they spin so many times and they haven't got sculptures. Well, that is the situation that it can happen to you. You might be a free to play. For you to do a 10, 20, 30,000 gems investment on a wheel, that can mean a lot. And I'm really saying a lot. And not getting, you know, the sculptures that you're hoping for. On the other hand, you guys know that on the specific wheel, on every single mark, you do get sculptures. Either is the specific one or the universal one. So there is another reason why the specific wheels are much better than the universal wheels. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is just gonna spin 5 times and probably another 5 times. The best way you can do your 10 spins, you do the free one and then you do the 50% 3 times, because you have it every day, the 50%, and then you do one time a 650 and one time a 3000, which is 5 times. You do that and then you get 10 spins, and that's the best way you can get those 5 sculptures. If you are a high spender, you definitely recommend that you spin it. You're probably already doing it, I don't need to tell you. If you're spending around more than 1,000 a month in the game, then you should definitely spin it. You definitely need or hope for sculptures in this wheel. So I did got one that's very nice, that's very sweet, and that's pretty much about it. 3,000 gems for 1 sculptures, 2 star and 12 hours of speed up. Now I'm gonna do another 5 just so I can get the 5 sculptures, and that's pretty much about it. And we get a star. Not very happy about the stars. Training speed ups, that's okay. Sculptures, that's okay. More speed up, and that's it. So I got 7 sculptures spending 6,000 gems. There's a lot of other events you can spend your gems on. If you're free to play low spender, you need to think about your VIP level, you need to think about your castle if it's not maxed out. So there's other things you want to invest on. Universal wheels, you know, are not really something I highly recommend that you should spend on your gems. If you're a medium spender, high spender, then definitely go for it if you need the sculptures. I personally don't use the universal wheel for this reason, because I'm not happy about the rewards for the gems that I'm spending. Now the second part of the video, like I mentioned, about the strategic reserves, because we do have a commander choice chest, so we can pretty much choose between Cleopatra and Sendok. And like I mentioned, I want to talk about it because you're probably wondering which one is worth investing on. So I already have an expertise Cleopatra, so I know what her expertise does. It gives you the level 1 resource pack C. If you don't know which are those, is this one, the level 1 resource pack C. I believe that on a level 8 it gives you 100, and on a level 9 it gives you like 120 pieces. So if I open 120, this is pretty much what I got. 40k food, 30k stone, 37k wood. I would say an average of 100k resources, 110k resources on a level 9 resource. So I go again, you know, pretty much the same rewards. That's 60, about 110k again. So that's pretty much what you get after you finish a resource node. Now I want to give you another tip about Cleopatra, because I've seen a lot of people using Cleopatra on the Alliance Resource Center. It's not recommended because the Alliance Resource Center is considered as a level 5 resource node, and I believe that it gives you only like 50 of the level 1 resource pack, and you spend hours keeping Cleopatra over there. If you have her expertise, the best way you can benefit from her expertise is just gathering nodes on the map. What I use on the Alliance Resource Center is Sendok. I always use Sendok and Constance. And now it brings us to Sendok expertise, and that will be the answer why I'm using Constance as well, is because of the resource bonus, the 10% resource bonus. Now the reason I'm using Sendok is because we always do gold, and she has a 30% bonus gold gathering, the highest. There's no other commander that has higher in the game. Another advice I can give you about gathering, which you're probably wondering, and this will tell you a lot of things. If you use Sendok as tax officer and if you use Constance as supply captain, the gathering speed, it does tag, even though Sendok is the secondary in command. But when you send her to gather at the resource point, it does add this 5%. So basically it's 10% gathering speed that you get. I haven't tried if you use like on a rally, but I believe it does work as well. For example, if you put Saladin as Knight Head, or you keep Saladin as Charge Captain, and let's say you put YSG as Drill Master or whoever you want. I haven't checked if this actually stacks, but I believe it should definitely stack as well if the gathering stack as well. So this is the commanders from your portrait or when you click on your governor profile. Now my advice is that from those chests, you definitely want to get Sendok because of the 10% resources when gathering is complete and the load of the siege. So you definitely want to max Sendok first. If you use Sendok with Constance and with the talents, which you should have on every gathering, another 6%, That's 26% extra resources. Now imagine if you, let's say, gather about 4 million food or 4 million wood or whatever resources, and you bring another 25% back of that. That's another million out of 4 million just by gathering. If you're going just for the gathering speed, it still will not cover the 10%. That's the reason I'm using constants as well. So the best way I can do it is I'm just gonna show you right over here. So I usually go and select constants. It's 315% gathering speed with constants, and then I put her as a second, and you're noticing that it goes up by 35%, meaning that it adds the 5% from the commander as well. So this is my gathering speed when I am on the mother load. Now if I would have had her expertise, that would be another 10% resources when the gathering is complete. And that's pretty sweet. I personally find it much more helpful maxing out Seondeok for the 10% resource than just getting some resource packs from Cleopatra. Plus, on top of that, Cleopatra, the best way you can max her is just keep her at second star, just max her gathering, then you can unlock her third and get her load bonus, and that's pretty much what you need from Cleopatra. But Seondeok, that's pretty unique, another 10% resource when gathering is complete. If you're wondering about this idea of siege tanking or siege trapping with all the bonuses, it does look nice on the paper, having Seondeok and Cleopatra together with all the siege bonuses. They look like a lot, but it just doesn't work. Personally, I will highly advise you to even try it. Even with the siege equipment that it is in the game right now, I still wouldn't try it. Siege are siege, you know, they are being countered by everything. Just use the gathering commanders for gathering. So that's pretty much what I have to say about this video. I hope you guys find it really helpful. Let me know in the comment section below if you actually have any questions. If your Cleopatra is actually close to be max skill, then definitely max her skill, and after that work on your Seondeok. But if you're in one of the new kingdoms or your Cleopatra is far away from being max skill, I would definitely advise you, when you choose sculptures from those chests, to actually go for Seondeok. Until next time, this is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care.